Small kingdom facing towards North Sea, sits adjacent to the territory of Ingratia and Farmas kingdom. This kingdom is known as Siltorazzo. A secret meeting is being held here which is one that would change the history forever. Someone asked, how did it go? And another person replies, everything is proceeding as planned. Our cover is still intact. Haha, and people say that devilish woman was smart. It turns out she's nothing too scary at all. However, we must not get careless. Strength-wise there's no downplaying it. She's still the strongest person in the West. Indeed. But I would recommend everyone here to keep in mind as a lesson that we were able to make a fool of her just by pulling a few tricks on that brawnhead general. A large fireplace keeps the room warm, and there are 5 elders gathered there. It is guarded by extremely strong rank A knights. Alongside the elder sits a woman with her legs crossed. She is Glinda, the wild beauty with the spiky curly red hair. Glinda, also known as Turbulent Sea, and a member of the 3 martial sages and one of the 10 saints. Her main source of employment are the 5 elders, the so-called 5 great elders, the leaders of the Western nations. One of them wears a loose white outfit with eyes are sharp and resemble that of an eagle. He has a disheveled hair and gives off an immense dominating aura in the room. However, a doll-like little girl is also sitting on his lap. She has smooth silky blonde hair and pink lips. It's a gentle-looking young girl around 10 years old. It's only natural to deduce their relationship of grandfather and granddaughter as it looks like they're a formidable old man and a cute young girl. Yet something appears rather out of place in this scene. Since after all, this elder sitting in the center is the head of the 5 great elders, leader of the Rosso family, he is Granbell Rosso. The Rosso of the Western nations were a family of rulers and owns all authority. They also happen to be the royal family of Siltorazzo kingdom. It was their family's contributions that led to the creation of the Western States Council, and they had a hand in every powerful nation, including of Farmas kingdom and Ingratia. The council are mostly members of the Rosso family, even when it appears that they elect members from every nation. It was also their funding that let Yuki Kagurazaka establish the Free Guild. These 5 elders are considered the rulers of the Western nation, and their leader is Granbell, and nobody here is capable of criticizing their leader's behavior. He gave the girl on his lap a pat on her head as he speaks majestically, very good. But Damrata Dono, your lies seem to have been exposed. This was a reference to the news Glinda has brought back that Hinata has found out that she was manipulated. The question was addressed to Damrata, fully clad in black, and his clothes seem to possess a classy texture. The type of clothes he is wearing are uncommon in the West, and they give off an exotic feeling. He too held himself in high nobility, but that is hardly odd, considering Damrata and his men are not from the Western nations in the first place. Haha, I don't see a problem with that. Hinata Sakaguchi may no longer trust us, but we earned greatly in return. That is your trust, Granbell-sama. And Granbell responds, you say that, even when the goal of the East is to spread division in the West so you can get better weapons sales. Then the Empire will wait until we're exhausted to take action, right? Your talk of trust is laughable. Where Damrata laughed and did not deny it. Granbell asked, we both agree that Hinata needs to be eliminated, right? And Damrata responded, of course. The storm dragon Voldora is the biggest obstacle that keeps the Empire from marching onto the West. Now they say that he has been tamed by the demon lord Rimuru. If that's the case, it will be an opportunity for us. The next obstacle that poses quite the threat would be the Western Saints Church. As long as that organization exists, the Western nations will be united. No matter how powerful the Empire is, it would be difficult to take all of the Western nations down. And Granbell responded, oh. Are you suggesting that we don't deserve your concern? Damrata explained that, I don't mean that at all. The 5 great elders are all practical people. After the Empire takes over the West, I hope we can continue to work together in the dark and work together to control its economy. Granbell says, work together? Do you want us to pave way for the Empire? Don't make me laugh. And Damrata replies, haha. The Empire is a powerful thing. It will be difficult but not impossible. Are you opposing us? Surprisingly, someone reacted furiously How dare a mere weapons merchant be so rude to Granbell-sama? It was Glinda, and she takes out an unfamiliar weapon, a pistol from her pocket, and points it at the Eastern merchant Damrata. Damrata remains calm and speaks without surprise or fear. Haha, a pistol then? I'm surprised to see them here in the West. Glinda asked, oh, so you know about it? But why are you so relaxed then? And Damrata answers uncaringly that an arms dealer like him should know all sorts of weapon, and the one she's holding is a common piece on their land that has been successfully mass-produced. The five elders couldn't hide their surprise at this revelation. The elders all expressed their surprise and complimented Damrata's empire. Granbell also begins to consider Damrata's words. This man cannot be underestimated. This time Damrata is giving them a warning not to stand against, but better work with the empire. You are right, it is in us to put our heads down and work together now. Granbell's solemn voice calms the five elders. Glinda asks, is it really okay, Granbell-sama? And Granbell replied, we've shared a common goal from the start anyway. It is not time yet for us to stand against them. It is best for the Rosso and Damrata's men to work together for now, even when they have different interest and may turn as enemies in the future. Damrata opens up, it's so damn annoying how we lost the trade route from Dworgen to Farmus. And our previously valuable trading partner, Demon Lord Clayman-sama, was also taken out. Demon Lord Rimuru is a thorn in both our sides. I will be glad to work with you. Granbell agrees and says, right, that seems to be the case. No need to worry on Hinata, because we have set a trap for her and has gone to the Monster Kingdom. Now, we just wait for Rimuru to take care of her. And Damrata is pleased, I'm glad to hear that. But why are you so intent on eliminating Hinata, anyway? I think it's better if you just manipulate that saint. Yet Granbell laughs it off with a question, it's simple. That woman is too strong. She is even the strongest knight in the West. Even when you compare her to heroes such as the Mage Raisin, head of Freedom Association Yuuki or Shining Yusha Masayuki, she stands above them. Aren't you trying to use us because you thought the same way? Am I wrong, Damrata-sama? Where Damrata realizes and says, haha, your grace is indeed fearsome. You must mean to take out the pawn that cannot be dealt with or controlled. Makes sense. Then the two begin to discuss their duties, where Damrata agrees to take care of the demon that's been conspiring within Farmus Kingdom. Granbell orders Glinda to mobilize the Templar Knight Order from the neighboring nations around Farmus Kingdom and assist the new King Edward to push Edmulus, who is supported by Rimuru, to a desperate spot. Then he would spread rumors that Hinata was on her crusade to Tempest to defeat Rimuru, which makes him impossible to send reinforcements to Farmus. Then the remaining party of Hero Youm will be easy to deal with, and Hinata will be taken care of by Rimuru. A question was raised by one of the five elders, but what if Hinata actually defeats him? Where Granbell assures, that could help us as well. But don't worry, that demon lord called Rimuru is not like the others. He is a dangerous element. But right now, he has allied with Veldora, so it won't be easy. We have other plans in motion. And they are comforted, haha, I'm counting on you then. And once they've settled their plans, Damrata bows after Granbell nods, and then he leaves the room. Now only the Rosso family and their guards remain. Glinda throws on a tantrum about Damrata. Granbell calmly comforts Glinda, hey, don't say that, Glinda. Even with that attitude, we've been treated with the greatest of respect. Glinda opposes, but Granbell added, Glinda, you have no idea what their true identity is. Hinata knew them well. She let that slide because they were useful to her, but as soon as she learned their true nature, there was no way she would have let them walk free. And Glinda got curious, what do you mean by their true nature? And Granbell explains, yes, they are part of an underground organization named Cerberus. And this Damrata is one of its leaders, Damrata of Wealth. The rest of the elders nod in agreement. They knew who they're dealing with, the reason why they all gathered. Now Glinda finally realizes and says, I've heard of that group. How they ruled the underworld in the east and so on. It's indeed truly troublesome dealing with those people. I look forward to what they're capable of. Glinda continues with quite the wild smile. Granbell laughs delightfully and continues, haha, Things may not go so easily for you, Damrata. After all, the demon that they are dealing with is no mere archdemon. According to investigations, that demon was so overpowered that not even Majin Raisin is a problem for him. It was a good chance to test out the skills of Damrata's men, but they need to consider what to do if he was really defeated. Glenda assures that, if anything goes south, you still have me. It would also be beneficial for them to weaken Demon Lord Rimuru's forces. If they can't take out a demon as dangerous as this, it would remain a great concern. However, that demon won't be able to display his power in front of everyone, so he can't do anything big. The more dangerous he seems, the more people will be calling for his death. That's why Granbell wants Glenda to use Cerberus to check on that demon's movement. Hypothetically, it would be alright if Damrata's party eliminates the demon. But it won't matter if they fail. As soon as the allied army surrounds it, the demon won't be able to do a thing. With the strength of Glenda and former 3 Martial Sages member, Lama, the two alone should be able to take care of the demon with ease. However, it would be their victory, even if they only stop the demon's movements. Hiroyam's party won't be able to take on federated forces on Pharmas's new king. To achieve this, they will have to bring the other 3 Martial Sages Sayer and Grigori into the mix. Their formation needed to be rock solid. And Glenda assures, understood, leave it to me. Glenda Atlee is on the job. Granbell commands, then, I will have Blood Shadow stir Sayer and Grigori into action. You will have to coordinate with them as well. Blood Shadow is the shadow force of Rosso family. They are a group of battle-hardened fighters who were open to any work given to them. Hearing this, Glenda nods and says, then I shall do that, if you wish them to move out. All for the sake of my family and my freedom. With Granbell's order, Glenda leaves the room with fighting will burning in her eyes. Granbell then turns to the little girl on his lap and asked, is this all right, Mariabelle? Where his granddaughter replied, excellent, grandfather. Deploying this group will prevent both of them from taking action. Demon Lord Rimuru will be busy fighting against a Saint Hinata. During which, the Western nations intervene to put an end to the civil war. That way, Edward will be indebted to you, right? And Granbell said with full determination, that's exactly right, Mariabelle. We won't allow anyone to intrude on the domain of the Rosso. If that demon lord didn't secretly intervene in the civil war in Pharmas, they could have provided help to both sides to further worsen the war for their own gain. But if they did that, it may have made the Ingratia kingdom too strong to be controlled. The Rosso doesn't want any country to become more powerful than it should be. That's why, in order to reach the ideal state of balance, Granbell Rosso secretly controls the scene. The cute blonde girl Mariabelle declares, the world belongs to the Rosso, and everyone responds, the world belongs to the Rosso. This was the center of the world, a world that the Rossos wishes to bring completely under their rule. This ambition, masked with the facade of the Western States Council, continues to grow.